Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome and thank you so much for being here today. We are going to be working with our second project for our paper pumpkin kit alternatives for the month of September. And if you have not seen the first project, I'm going to link it up here for you. And you can just check that out later. I'm going to go over for what is in the box because that was included in the first video, and so this is going to be a much faster video. I sure hope so. Sometimes I plan and it doesn't go that way. And if you don't know what Paper Pumpkin Kit is, it is a monthly subscription by Stampin'Up, where you will get in this tiny box whatever it's needed to create the projects that they have designed for that month. So for example, you will be getting the stamp set, and you'll be getting card bases or in cutouts and whatnot. Like, you will get everything, including adhesives, and it could be either tear and tape or glue. I mean, not glue, well, glue dots, or maybe dimensionals. So pretty much the whole goal is you don't need anything else to bring into the table to do the projects, right? The whole idea is you open the box and you make your cards or your paper craft, and you're done. We're working on alternatives, and what that means is we're going to need some extra stuff. And when I say extra stuff, so if you've been here before, you know that I try very, very hard to use only what's in the box. The only things that I bring extra are my trimmer, scissors, other adhesives that are maybe easier to use. I bring my own stamping blocks. The box brings a block, which is this one. But compared to the Stampin'Up blocks, as you can tell, the Stampin'Up blocks are much wider, so those are easier for me to use. Let's see, like my take your pick, my silicone craft sheet. So whatever I am bringing in is just tools that I am assuming you somehow have, but you really don't need, except probably the trimmer, but I'm assuming you have some sort of cutting device. The only extra thing that I bring, it's always a piece of black cardstock or white cardstock. In this month, I'm actually bringing both because, as you saw in the previous video, there's not a bigger card bases, and we are working on card bases. I mean, we're working with cards, so I really need assistance here, so that's why I'm including both white and black. Let's move to the crafting table real quick. Oops, there we go. So I want to let you guys know that this is the next the next paper pumpkin kit that's coming. That's for the month of October, and it's holiday cards. I believe it's got Santa coming to town. It sounds like it's going to be an awesome kit. Don't miss it. Go ahead, go down below and hit that subscribe button to the paper pumpkin kit. I was explaining that this is a monthly subscription, and you pay $23.50, and that includes shipping. And for that, you will get everything that's in the box, and I think it's actually a really, really good deal. But on top of that, if you see the announcement and you're like, you know what, I'm not interested in whatever is coming in the next paper pumpkin kit, you can put it on hold. You can cancel the subscription, you can renew your subscription. Again, you just can't, it's very, very flexible, so don't miss it. I'm gonna put that aside. And these are the boxes that this paper pumpkin kit brings. It's 6 boxes from these 3 designs. Absolutely gorgeous. Like I mentioned in my previous video, if you got the kit, I would save at least one of the boxes and one of the wrappers, so you have a template for boxes later on, right? Each paper pumpkin kit brings the instructions, and as you can tell, they are very self-explanatory and easy to follow. Finally, I want to show you up here. So this is everything that this kit brings. It brings this ghost and spider cutouts. This is what I'm calling the wrappers. I'll show you what that those boxes look like. It brings some extra cutouts, a stamp set, these beautiful black adhesive stars with adhesives. It always brings a stamping ink. So it's called Stampin' Spot. It's a smaller one, very useful, but that's other thing. You will be getting, like, if the more paper pumpkin kits you have, the more you're going to increase your color collection in your inks. Okay, I'm going to move that out of the way. Today, I am much readier than other days, so I am super excited about that. I feel like I'm trying to get a little better with the paper pumpkin kit. So we are going to do what's called a pull tab card, and we're going to start. I have my black cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and of course, same as always, I will have all those measurements below. It's already scored in the middle, and here's my here's my bone folder, and I'm just going to go over it real quick. And we're going to put these aside because we're not going to need it right now. Let's start with this piece. This piece is 5.25 by 4. You know what? So I wanted to do something. These are leftovers from our project last week, and these measures, I believe this is 5 3/8 by 1/2 inch, and these are 4 1/8 by 1/2 inch. And this is why, like I was saying, well, we don't have a whole lot of bigger paper, right? Like bigger cardstock. So I was thinking that I wanted to create a framing here, right? So this one will go here, kind of like so. And I think that that's a good idea. And then these will be on top, so it's just to create that pinch of color. So the easiest way to do that is, let me bring our snips, and I am just going to go and cut in here and do the same here. And I'm just turning, but it's the same cut. Okay, and I'm going to glue this, and I'm going to use glue because it's a little bit easier. I have been having a lot of issues with my Tombow. Let me rephrase that. There's no issues. I have issues because I am messy with glue, and so I have been trying to decide which other, how can you say it, like which other container I can use. And I have been very partial to this container lately. So anyways, just so you know, I've been struggling with that. And so now we're going to get that one on the top, and we're going to do more or less the same cut. And these are not perfect in the sense that they are not, the exact same measurement and all, because this is all going to be hidden really, right? So, and we're going to do the same cut in here and put some glue and go ahead and glue it, making it as straight as possible. And you can barely see the black. I'm moving it a tiny bit in here. There you go. I'm going to get the next one, so I'm going to get the next big piece, and you guessed it, do the same cut. And we're going to adhere here. Oops, let's see. Okay, so we're going to put some glue in here and go ahead and get it adhered to the card base. And we're going to do the last one. And now that I think about it, probably the the best way to do this is do all the cuts at the same time on the trimmer, now that I think about it, right? Because that will allow you to cut exactly, you know, like to have the same angle, which is what I was struggling before with. What do you guys think? I think it looks really, really cute. I'm going to move these a tiny bit. There you go. That needs to go there. And if you, I don't know if you can tell, there is a tiny piece in here that is not showing correctly. So I'm going to adhere that there. And put a tiny block. Move that. Like that. And then we're going to glue this. So we now have a frame. I love the fact that we're adding a little bit of extra color to the card, and it's going to look beautiful, I think. The advantage is that this piece of white cardstock is just 1/8 smaller, so this one measures 5 1/4 by 4, and so really some of those less than perfect corners are going to be way less visible, right? So let's go ahead and remove these. Actually, the other way around. So what's our next step? Our next step is to make a hole in our little piece of white cardstock for our pull tab, which measures 2 by 6. I am aligning our piece using our grid paper, which is one of the reasons why I love our grid paper. And I am using a little piece of Post-it to hold that paper. I'm going to bring a rule and get there in the middle, right? And now I'm going to move an 1/8. And yes, thankfully our grid paper includes 8ths. And I'm going to bring my pencil. So let's see, it's there in an 1/8. There's about an 1/8. I am going to bring my pull tab here to kind of calculate where I want this hole. And I'm just going to make a mark here and a mark here, right? And now I'm going to go to the middle again and move an 1/8 back. I'm going to do the same thing, whoops, give or take. Just I'm making these little marks in here, although it's less important because I know I have this one, which is the first one are the ones that are really important. I just want to be able to see the hole I'm making, right? And now I'm going to create 2 lines, give or take, right? I'm not too extremely concerned that this is going to be super straight, because I'm going to cut and I'm going to use the trimmer. And I'm going to erase those so I don't get myself confused. And let me move my ruler out of place, and we're going to bring this piece now and align it here in the trimmer. And again, you guys have heard me say this hundreds of times. I love this trimmer because it has this clear view, and it's super easy for me to see where I need to cut. And if it's not in the exact point, it doesn't really matter, right? We remember that this is really going to be completely covered, so it does not have to be a perfect cut. But I am going over slowly, and I'm aligning the other one. And there it is. And I'm starting in the middle because it's easier for me to see where I need to cut. And like I figured, our cat does not look very perfect there. I'm just going to cut these, fold these a tiny bit and cut, and fold these a tiny bit and cut. And again, nobody will be able to see this, because there's panels that are going to be bigger, and this is going to be fine. So our pull tab is going to go through here. Now let's work with the pull tab for a second. This is 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a piece, my pencil, and I'm going to mark that in the middle. So that at the 1 inch mark. And now I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to move my piece to 1 1/2, no, 1 3/4. And I'm going to make a mark and make a mark. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut these and create some more interest in the pull tab, right? So we're just going to align these as best as we can, those 2 points, and cut. And we're going to do the same thing with the other side. That way we make sure that, that's probably better that way, that it will look more or less the same. It has the same angle. So not perfect, but it's very close to having the same angle. We're going to put these away for a minute, and we are going to bring this piece. And I have already our ghost. Let me bring my Orchid Oasis, which is the color from this. Oops, that was hard to open. The color that is included in the kit. I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit. Okay. And we are going to put this ghosty. I'm going to have, first of all, I have not used it, so I'm going to make sure that it is stamping okay, and that is working perfect. So I'm going to go ahead, and from these panel hole, I'm going to get him like this. It's going to be popping out, and I'm going to make another one around here. Okay, let me bring this. So these are the other pieces. Again, all these dimensions are going to be there. So this is going to go in here, more or less, and that's what you're going to see. And that looks gorgeous to me, I think. So we're going to have them popping out, and we'll decorate here in a minute. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Out of the way is out of the way. We'll have this for a second, and we'll bring our piece of our pull tab, and we are going to score at 2 and 2 1/2. So we're going to get there at 2 and score, and 2 1/2 and score. Okay, so this is the piece that's going to go right in here, like so. And it should go like that. So we are folding valley and valley. I'm just using my foam folder to get it, to get those burnish as best as we can. Okay, so what's the next step? We are going to bring some of the tear and tape, and we're going to put the tear and tape here in these, and I'm actually going to put 2 pieces. I don't usually use tear and tape, but tear and tape is really, really strong, and so since this is going to be the mechanism, we want it to be strong. Okay, let's work with these panels. This is all from the kit, except, you know, the black and the white, and I have those measurements for you. This bigger square is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. The one that follows, it's 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, and this one is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. And this one is a little smaller, so we can actually kind of see some of that designer series papers, how I'm going to call it. I have been debating if I want to use these instead, and I think I'm going to use that one. And so we are going to stamp in here our trick or treat. I'm going to try it in there just in case. Okay. There it is, trick or treat, and I'm just putting my stamps there with my chamois so we can get them clean. I have always said the more you care for your clean your stamps, the better it is. So this is going to go like so. So let's go ahead and use our Stampin' Seal Plus to get this. So we're centered this as best as we can, same as always. These are 1/8 smaller, and I'm going to bring this friend in here. I can see a little bit of the, there you go. That is as center as we can. So now we do our next panel. In this panel it's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and this one is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. But again, all those measurements are going to be included below. And I'm just going to center this as best as we can in our black panel, and we're going to bring our little ghosty, and we are going to glue him in there. The only thing I want to bring before, I don't have him up here, let me see. It's some stars, and what I want is to create some stars on behind the ghost. Let me see, because I've not used these stars and I just want to make sure they're okay. I'm just going to go like so, and we'll put the ghost in there. Okay. Super, super cute. Moving that out of the way. And now these needs to go in here, and then these will go in here. So let's bring our panel. We're going to get this inside here as it should. Bring that, your take your pick, or my take your pick. And we are going to remove the first backing. Remember that there's 2 of them, and I'm just doing that so it's stronger. And I'm going from the other side, and as you can tell, it does come off. There's not a whole lot of issues. So now we put this panel. So my first tip is, don't put this all the way to the edge, because sometimes that makes it harder for it to flip. So just leave a tiny bit, and I am just leaving these as best as I can here, and centering it like so, and there we go. Okay, so that's our first panel. Now, so this is going to go in here like so, and this needs to go centered, right? And here is where our pull tab comes from. Okay. Oh, we're not going to be able to see this one. I did not calculate him very well. It is fine because we can use another one. Let's bring our ghosty, and we're going to bring this in here. Let's center this to see exactly where it's going to be. And so I'm just going to make it the same, but up here. And that will do. Perfect. Okay. So our ghosty is going to be there. Now the next step is adhering these. We're going to adhere this in here, and I am going to use the same tear and tape. Tear and tape, like I said, is really, really strong, and it's worth it to use when there's a lot of movement in a card. And we're going to adhere these. Thankfully, the tear and tape is what Actually, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that I can see this in here, but if I turn it over, it's less visible. And so we are bringing our ghosty back and we are going to stamp it on this other side. I think that it's important to always pay attention when you have the opportunity to improve your card, and this was one of those opportunities. So just putting the ghosties to the side of the card, now I have an opportunity to put it really to the edge so it's more visible. And now we're just going to remove the rest of the tear and tape and adhere the panel to the tab. Okay, so we are going to put this panel, and again, just put it there towards the edge, and make sure you're using this square to center your smaller square. So we're going to put this inside, and we're going to center this within our card. There, I think that looks so cute with the two ghosties. And we are going to adhere this panel to the white cardstock. And to do that, you figured it out. We're going to use some extra tear and tape, and I'm just going to use a little bit of it in that panel. And there you go. So I am gathering both of them at the same time. I'm making sure they are centered, and there it goes. And there's our card. Isn't it super cute? I love it. So now all we need to do is to put this in here. And we are going to use dimensionals for that. I'm going to put some dimensional here, another one here, and one in the middle because I like that. And we're going to put some dimensionals in here and same here, and one in the middle here. Okay, I love how easy it is to remove these dimensionals. Okay, and we are almost done. Whoops. So this is going to go, we're going to align these. Again, let me open these so it's easier for me to see. We need to put dimensionals because we need to leave some space for this too, for the movement of the card. And that's our card. Now, and I'm going to include our bats, and I should have probably done that sooner, in here. And I'm going to bring, where is it? Oh, here it is. Let me clean the bats real quick. And we're going to bring our little critter, little spider, and we're going to put her in here. And there she is. And that's just to create some interest here in this lower area. You could also use, if you wanted, some of these that the kit brings, like to put some extra color, you know, maybe one of these or one of the yellow ones, you know, I don't know. That'll probably look cute if you put some, like two of them, like so. It could do, I mean, that's up to you. I'm going to leave it as is. Now, the last thing I want to include is something in here. And I have a piece here that it's going to work. Let's see, this is, I think this is 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut 5. 5 by 4, I think it's a good size. Oh, that's 5 by 4 already. And we are going to adhere this in here just to give it some fun, of course, because we'll need a place. Oops, this is about to die, you guys. And I think it's done. Anyways, we have enough. So we are going to center this as best as we can, same as always. And there it goes. And I am actually, I have the little spider in here. Let's see. And we are going to put it in there. Oops. Huh, looks like our glue is rebellious. Maybe because I was complaining about it earlier. Okay, oh. See what I was saying? That glue and I are just not really good friends. I'm not sure what the dealio is with me and glue. Okay, and we are done. I'm gonna put it here and she's gonna go there. And I know it's going over, but I like it going over. And there you go. That is our card. What do you guys think? I hope you really like it. I think this is super cute option to use all the little pieces that we are provided in the kit. If you have a white gel pen, I would suggest making like something so people know that they have to pull. The other option is, and I'm actually going to do that. I have used this twill before just because, again, it's something that we've gotten in another paper pumpkin kit. I'm going to make a hole here with my take your pick. Okay, and there we go. You don't really need to do this because the you know, you can really see the flap coming, I think. I feel that it's very visible. I'm just doing it double so we have a lot more because this is just tiny twill, right? It's not wanting to go. We made it. And we'll just put these through both of them like so. And there you go. Okay, that will do. These little piece that stands out very well because it's black. Okay, and that is your card. Please let me know what you think. I think it's super, super cute. I love it. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me move back in here. So thank you for being here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You know how much it helps us here in YouTube. And subscribe to my channel if you like the general content of the channel. I'm really pushing to get my first 1,000 subscribers. So come on and subscribe. And hit that notification bell because it will let you know when I am live or when I am uploading videos. I am live every Tuesday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. Come and join us. They are usually there's usually a lot of fun and a lot of chatting going on. And if you don't know, I am a Stampin'Up independent Stampin'Up demonstrator, and I would love to spoil you with my reward system. So go to mariascraftingcorner.com and check it out. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. I don't send newsletters often. They are linked to when I post something in the blog. So that's another way of getting some news. And every so often I will send something related to Stampin' Up! When there's sales or stuff like that. But I don't send too many newsletters. Let's put it that way. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.